Shots take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the...
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hands up! Here we go. Double time.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He gets it left side to Johnson. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Another tackle for loss from the interior of that deep. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Luck of the Colts come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Check 24. Check 24. 12. 53. 58.
Play action. It's Locke. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 33 yards that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Strong right. Hey, Delta.
Off of play action. Locke. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, So does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Off the draw. Here's Johnson. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Dalton now to pass. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. That one good for 26 and a first down. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 19. Running from the gun, Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Andy Dalton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jadeveon Clowney. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, Luck looking for Campbell downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
We got this.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd down now. It's Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. 93 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. To try again after the sack, Dalton.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So Dalton now. And the pressure gets to him again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Here's Hines. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. From the 36, Luck. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jadeveon Clowney, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Dalton, completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. The tackle there by Breanne Bonnie Calhoun. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Come on, come on. Check 43. One man. 53 is the mic. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now. You better bring it.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Got an open man. That's Campbell.
Here we go. Come on. 163. What tight end? Hey, check. Hey, Alpha.
Now a first down throw. Luck. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. That'll bring up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check. 5.
Now Luck. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You got 3 down. 3 down. 11 SOS. Check your hot read.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Oh, here we go. 11 feet. 53. Mike. Here we go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, let's go. Big egg.
The final shot before the break. Luck. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second and 10, Luck again. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose. My awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Luck on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Hey, wahoo!
On first down, Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here now is second and 10, again for the 41. Here's Luck. He's got the first down here inside the 30, and all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, The mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Wake up.
Now Johnson. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
You got it.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
A pass complete here to Aitman. And he's got this down to the 35.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like he said, listen, you're going to sell the go? Just go, and let's see who's faster.
Dalton's throw on target to Tyler Boyd. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Dalton. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Jadeveon Clowney in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw here, Dalton. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Lott. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
11 feet. Hey, dude. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
From the gun, here's Luck. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Brianne Bonnie Calhoun. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Dalton. He gets it left side to Johnson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Dalton to the left side here for Eifert. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the 7th time in this game alone. And that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Dalton now to pass. And no, it's incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too. Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now it's Locke. It's complete to Grant. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Luck now 6 for 6. Since coming back out of the locker room, it's 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
One back.
They run again with Hines. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Yeah, he'll find Hall. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got you, pump. Check 13. Check 13.
Colts going on 4th. It's Locke. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. It seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Completes it right side to Dodson. Past the 20. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Passing. It's Dalton. Throw to the right. Caught by Aitman. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throw from Dalton, taken in by Eifert. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22. Back to throw. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
You go right. You got that. Go.
Play action. It's locked. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. An excellent gain, 35 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Locke. And that will be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got an open man. It's Aikman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there. First down. And Dalton to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
The first down carry here for Johnson. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throw left side complete. It's Boyd. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now the Bengals on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing. Dalton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
After the interception, it's Love. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Colts, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.